children, because this is normally a monument dedicated to 1 million Jewish children who were murdered during the Holocaust. Not just in Poland, but all over, killed 1 million children. And we have the wall, the Gabriel posters, the Gabriel small, and to survive, people had to buy food on the black market, and many people were involved in smuggling food into the ghetto, and among them were children, because for them it was easier to sneak, through different holes in the walls, and very often the child was actually supplying the whole family with food. And unfortunately, many of those children were caught and were murdered. But children died because of starvation, because their parents died, and then there was nobody to take care of them. So normally we are, let's say, ready. We are like prepared for the fact that when the war starts, the adults die, because they fight and they be arrested and so on. But normally we would think that the soldiers would not kill children, because they are innocent. They don't fight. They haven't done anything bad. So that was really a tragedy that so many children died. And normally, when it's ready, there is a very moving poem here, written by one of the survivors. It's how many people from his family died. Actually, he was the only survivor, because this is it. Please remember that the Jewish families were big. They had many children. They very often lived together with their grandparents. So many people lived together, and often only one person from the whole family survived the war. And that was one of the reasons why so many Jews left Poland after the war, because they had nobody here. All the people were murdered. So I'm sorry for that. It shouldn't be like, with a kind of jacket there, but that's how it normally is. And then they are pictures, and there is this poem on the side. So I hope they will put it here together. We don't have many information about what is going on, so we'll see once it's done. And for years there were nothing was really being done here. So it seems that the Jewish community was simply thinking how to commemorate all the Jewish victims.
It looks very much like they're rebuilding, and they're going to put the tombstones that they don't know where they go onto these.
Yeah, I think so. Because they probably have like new memorial plaques. Plus, there was a little wall where those broken tombstones were inlaid. So maybe they decided just to put them properly on those kind of pieces of
Picture from last year.
Okay, yeah. So you will see how it probably will look like once it's done.
Okay, so the person I wrote a little bit about is Irina Sandorova, and she was a Polish humanitarian and social worker who saved a lot of children in the Warsaw Ghetto. Irina Sandorova's story is a poignant testament to human resilience and compassion amongst unspeakable cruelty. In the heart of the Holocaust, she became a beacon of hope, defying the oppressive Nazi regime to rescue innocent Jewish children. As head of the children's section of the Zagoda, the Polish Underground Council for Aid to Jews, Irina Sendler regularly used her position as a social worker to enter the Warsaw Ghetto and help smuggle children out, hiding them in orphanages, convents, schools, hospitals, and private homes. She provided each child with a new identity, carefully recording in code their original names and placements so that surviving relatives could find them after the war. Irina put her life on the line countless times as she led the rescue of 2,500 Jewish children from the Warsaw Ghetto. The following is a quote by Irina. Every child saved with my help and the help of all the wonderful secret messengers, who today are no longer living, is a justification of my existence on this earth, and not a title to glory.
So I need a little doll just to honor the memory of Irina. This is her, and this is Dr. Joseph, one that we just talked about, saving a child. Also, I illustrate a book that will share the story of 5 people who risked their lives and saved Jews. I'm going to read only one because she particularly saved one boy. Her name is Gertruda Babilinska, and this is her story. Gertruda Babilinska was born in Poland, the oldest of 8 children, and started to work as a nanny when she was only 19 years old. She was working for a wealthy Jewish family, the Stolowitz. When in 1939 the Germans invaded Poland, Mr. Stolowitz was in Paris at the time and never dared join his family. Lydia, his wife, decided to flee Warsaw with her 3-year-old son, Michael. Gertruda went with them on this dangerous journey. During the journey, their car broke down, and as they continued in a horse-drawn cart, they were very, very scared. During this difficult time, Gertruda was the only one who provided money for their survival. Sometime after that, Lydia fell ill and unfortunately she passed away. Before she died, Lydia asked Gertruda to take care of her son and to take him to Israel. Gertruda did his best to provide for the boy. When the war ended, Gertruda took Michael and went to see her family in Poland. They tried to convince her to stay, but she wanted to fulfill her promise to Lydia. Gertruda remained determined. In 1948, after many difficulties, they finally arrived in Israel, where they settled, and she raised Michael as her son. Gertruda kept her promise to Lydia and raised Michael as a Jew, even though she was a devout Catholic. On June 4, 1963, Yad Vashem recognized Gertruda as righteous among the nations. And this is super important because we can see what happens when someone decides to do something, Someone decides to take action. She was only 19 years old. And of course she had many struggles, many things to overcome, but she decided and determined. So, and then this is very, very meaningful because I decided to do this after a course with Dr. Halperin. So thank you so much to all of you for sharing. The title of the book is Mensch. Mensch in Hebrew means a person of integrity and honor.